Visualize the sculpture within. Then, gently.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thanks for joining me. There are 3 patients in this video, and a total of 5 ears, and a couple of interesting ones. This was a lady who came to see me with a problem in both her ears, but both very different problems. Now, you can already see the first problem, which is this lady's got quite a dark, dry plug, very deep down, but that was fairly straightforward to get out. But actually, it was her other ear that she was struggling with the most, but it wasn't wax. Now, this is where the title of the video comes from. Blink and you miss it. And you're going to have to... I've actually paused it. I've done a freeze frame. I didn't know how to do it. I just found a button on the editing software that says, do you want to freeze that? I said, well, yeah, okay. And with a little arrow. And see if you can spot what it is. And I'm just going to get that little dark area there. I'm not entertaining going near someone's eardrum for one little flap of skin. Not going to make a blind bit of difference to a hearing. And it looks like the kind of one that will quite easily whistle. Now this is her other ear. Now you can probably tell it looks a bit duller, a little pulled in. So you're going to see a little arrow come in a second. I'm going to ask the patient to pinch the nose and blow and see if you can spot what goes on. Did you see it? Or did you blink? Did you blink and you miss it? You might need to rewind it. It's a tiny, tiny, teeny little bubble. Now, the reason for that is because, yes, we're on to the second patient now, but it's fairly straightforward, so I'll tell you about what you've just seen. So the lady was really struggling to hear in that particular ear, and she's got fluid behind the eardrum. And most likely the reason for that is a blocked Eustachian tube. Now, a lot of you who watch these, you'll know what that is already. If it's blocked in both ears, that's usually most common. The most common cause of it is like the common cold, hay fever, rhinitis, anything that can irritate the nose and inflame everything in there. But to get it in just one ear is not that common. So that's when you need to refer them to ENT to check out that there's nothing a bit more serious that's causing a blockage in the Eustachian tube, which, if you don't know, is the tube that joins the back of the nose to the space behind the middle ear. There's been like air can't get in and out of there, and it means that it creates a vacuum effect which sucks all the fluid in there. So when she's pinched the nose and blown, it's forced air up the nose, along the Eustachian tube and into that middle ear space, and that's when you've seen that tiny little bubble. So I've asked ENT to have a look at that. I think we're already on to the second one, aren't we now? This was it a hearing aid user? It was either a hearing aid user or somebody who uses sleep plugs because they sleep with somebody who snores. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But they both cause the same problem. And it just kind of traps wax and skin in there, makes it a bit trickier to get out. This one a bit trickier than the first one because I'm getting nowhere here with the suction because it's kind of a thin edge, so I can't get a full seal around that. I thought it was coming because it was moving side to side, but it just wasn't coming forward. So I think because it's a leading edge like that, I think I'm going to go and get the forceps in there. A bit of a hairy one, this. So not easy to see what you're doing when you've got that many hairs around your ear and a few loose hairs embedded in this plug as well. But the useful thing about those hairs, it gives me something to grip onto as well. So you can pull this out a bit easier. And out it pops. Another wax baby safely delivered. I haven't said that for a while. There's a few little bits here to tidy up, is there? Yeah, little bits gets tangled in there. There's nothing in there that's significant in any way. I think I might just get a couple of loose hairs in there just to prevent them causing any irritation. But we can see the eardrum, and that looks okay. The last ear is a bit of a longer one because it was a lot fuller for a start. It was really sticky, and The problem with one like this is it kept disappearing up the tube before you can pull it out. So as soon as you touch it, you try and pull it. And when you pull it, a little bit disappears in the tube, which means you've got to reattach. So you've got to keep like coming backwards and forwards. So it's a bit of a faff for that reason. And it goes all the way down to the eardrum, this. And a bit wobbly, this as well. I think maybe I was a bit low on blood sugar that day. maybe I'd skip my lunch. That can actually affect you, believe it or not. You know, I think the patient may have been chatting a bit as well. Yes, they were. I had to ask him to stop. It was partly both of us, to be honest, because I do remember this now. It was late on a Friday, and it was a long day, and I'd not had time to have any lunch. When your blood sugar's low, you kind of feel a bit shaky sometimes. So they're not always perfectly still. But the patient was chatting so much during this procedure that I actually had to tell them to be quiet, especially when I was close to the eardrum, in the politest possible way, you know. And when I explained why you needed to be quiet, I was absolutely fine with that, you know. Anyway, before I forget, because I know I will, today's subscriber of the day is Nails by Sarah Burchett. Now, I know we've had another nail channel on before. Now, it was completely randomly. That was the most recent comment that I saw when I come to making this video. Maybe you two can have a nail off, whatever that might look like. So yeah, it's quite another nail channel. So go and check out Sarah's as well. I did watch a couple, or at least the start of a couple, just to make sure it was okay to promote it. And I was very impressed. Very good, Sarah. I must admit, I was really impressed. And one thing to say to you as well, hello. Won't mean anything to anybody, that, apart from you, Sarah. That's how she starts her videos. So yeah, go and check out her channel as well. I don't know if it's a thing where a load of nail technicians watch this kind of thing. I don't know. Those nails and earwax kind of related a bit because of keratin. But yeah, maybe it's just a coincidence that those two were the most recent comments when it came to the time of making that video. Anyway, so instead of dad joke of the day today, let's do nail tech joke of the day. They had to search far and wide to find some of these as well. I've put some oil in this, as you can probably see. Right, here we go. I got some great new nail clippers for Christmas. They're cutting edge. My toenails turned green, shrank, and started smelling like mint. I have a very rare condition called tic-tac-toes. That's a good one. Do you want a surefire trick to break your nail biting habit? Take up plumbing. Oh, thought of that. It would probably work though. I bet you lot hate biters. Are you a biter? Let me know in the comments if you are or not. I'm not. I have to clip mine very carefully every week. Right, last couple. I've been trying to think of a cuticle joke, and I just nailed it. Last one, but probably the best one. What do people with a missing finger get at the nail salon? You ready? 10% off. I really like that one. I wonder if that's true as well. Any of you nail channels who've been watching this, let me know in the comments. Do you give a discount if someone's missing one? Anyway, as you can see, now this was the point that just after where I had to have a quick chat with the patient. It was just, you can see it moving around then. You'd say, don't mind having a chat, but when I'm this deep in your ear, I just need you to be nice and quiet. And so you can keep still. I mean, I don't blame for chatting. A lot do when they can see what's going on. And most of the time it's, oh my God, I can't believe what I'm seeing. And yeah, he was enjoying his little chat until I told him that we'll chat afterwards. Let me get this out first. And you can see why it was troublesome as well, this. Because just had to lift it up out of the recess and you will see it just slide up. There it comes. been a long one this, so I hope you've got yourself a brew. Cheers. Quick update, I have heard from Yorkshire Tea. They're not going to sponsor a video, but because where this comes from is I've always loved this tea, and just had a quick joke say, wouldn't it be great if they could sponsor me or put adverts in my videos? And a lot of you messaged them, so I reached out to them to say, I'm sorry if your inbox has been inundated. And they said, oh, don't worry about it, it's fine. She said, we'll send you some free tea bags. So that's good. So I'll let you know when they come. So thanks to those of you who did reach out to Yorkshire Tea. I'm expecting my free bags are in the post. So as you can see, finished that one. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, then leave us a comment. Please subscribe to the channel. If you love it even more, then you can feel free to become a member of the channel as well. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you later. Ta-da.